International Championship of staring off into outer space while being kind of longing.
Some people would call that modeling.
Oh, I'm sorry. They must have copyrighted that. One of the best things I've ever seen, one of the best competitors I've ever met, the one, the only, Tony Schiavone. Look at him go. Preening, posing, limping, lighting. That's right, you heard me. Limping.
You know, all of a sudden you got that sachet from his time he spent in Detroit.
But wait a minute.
Fast forward to the third period, there was a terrible nose hair trimming incident whenever the one competitor was getting ready for the final round. Oh gosh, the Clippers went right up there.
Oh, you hate to see that happen to a champ.
Really do.
Then in the fourth quarter, something nobody expected. One of the reigning champions of the international team, Michael Harris, decided to commit seppuku on stage.
With an Arelco razor. And he forgot to plug in, it was a low charge. Very slow seppuku.
I always told him, man, Gillette is the best a man can get when committing seppuku.
It's in the commercials now.
It is.
Anyways, we take you now to the highlights from the press conference of the losing coach, Steve McQueen.
All right, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of ugly out there. You don't usually have 4 deaths during a staring contest. Not happy at all with our performance, not happy with our fundamentals, basically all around pissed.
Coach Steve?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you say to the allegations that some of your players are using re-wetting drops for their eyes to help you stare?
Okay, see, that's, again, you from Deadspin, right? You from Deadspin?
Yeah, I am.
I'm just trying to just, look, I gotta bury 4 out of my 6 starters tonight, all right? I don't have time for your crap about Visine. Look, have you ever stared longingly into a sunset hour upon hour upon hour?
Yes, and the abyss stared back at me.
God, that's dark. Just makes you wonder if it's all worth going on. Yeah, you.
Coach,
Any other existentialist questions?
mine's more practical one, Coach. With 4 of your 6 starters dead,
Right.
who were you looking to call up from AAA?
Well, again, I'm glad we got a couple of Cubans I'm really excited about. Jorge Dominguez, he's a hell of a competitor. This guy,
He's only 12. Are you
he's
lying?
6 foot tall, 180 pounds. What 12-year-old? Yeah, he's 12, all right? But in Cuba, you can turn professional at 10. This kid's a killer. Nothing. You look into his eyes, it's like looking into limpid pools of joy. I looked into his eyes. The first time I looked into that kid's eyes, I saw God and I came.
Wow, that got graphic quickly.
And this just in from the Miami Bureau, Jorge Dominguez has killed himself.
Staring into a mirror.
Dark day. Amy. Dark day.
Should go get ribs later. Anyways, we take you now to our Sunday conversation.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Nieder, here for Sunday Conversations. Today we're going to sit down with Laura Haddock, the world champion reupholsterer extraordinaire.
Sorry, I was in my workshop.
So Laura, you began reupholstering things as a small child growing up in East Germany. Can you talk about furniture behind the Berlin Wall?
First off, everything had to match the wall. Had to match the wall. Okay, otherwise you'd be in serious trouble. Okay, so everything was drab and gray, and I had all these colors inside of me bursting forth and wanting to come out.
So after the wall fell and after reunification, you Furniture Olympics in '96.
And my eyes bled from all the colors. It's true.
That's true. We actually have some footage of that.
And there's me, and I'm seeing all fabrics for the first time.
You've never seen toile before. What was your reaction? What emotions were you feeling?
I was thinking, what is toile? And then I fell onto some taffeta, and I fell in love.
That wasn't the only time you fell in love, was it?
No, you know all the deep questions, don't you?
I do. Now, in the '98 games, you had a short-lived romance with one of your competitors.
Ethan Allen. Okay, just say it. Just say it. Okay, I know you're gonna bring it out. I'll just bring it out first.
And here he is consoling you after you threw the game in the preliminaries.
He had that shaker style furniture. I couldn't beat that. I couldn't beat shaker. No one can beat shaker furniture.
Now, from out of this heartbreak, though, became one of your greatest artistic and athletic breakthroughs. Tell us about the style that you founded, that we now know as Laura Haddock.
Well, it's a little bit of this. It's a little bit of that. There's a little bit from my East German background. There's a little bit from IKEA because I'm cheap. And there's a little bit.
Now, let's address the IKEA question. You do not build all of your pieces from scratch.
No.
You've been known to use some enhancements with
I do.
sconces, with
I do.
sheep balsa wood, and people say that's going to keep you out of the Hall of Fame. How do you respond to that, Laura?
How can let me put it in my terms. How can reupholster my soul? Okay, it's always going to be this fabric. And it might get dull and drab, and it might get a little frayed around the edges, and you might fix it up with a patch that has an elephant on it. It's from another pair of pants. But it's still going to be that same fabric at the core. So that's just who I am.
Thank you so much, Laura. We really appreciate you joining us here today.
We use better chairs next time.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Furniture.
Positively thrilling.
And now we take you to commercial. Here is Joe Flacco for Old Spice cologne.
Other way, Joe. Face towards the camera. Look into the mechanical eye, Joe. One more, there you go.
Hit a home run with Old Spice.
You play football, Joe. It's a touchdown.
When you're sliding into third and you feel a turd, Old Spice.
Joe, fantastic stuff. Improving, if you could just stare
God?
on the... Yes, Joe, this is God. This is the voice of God. And God would like you to just read off the teleprompter.
Yes, Lord, I will read unto your glory.
Thank you, my son.
Hi, I'm Joe Flack. Oh, for Old Spice, women like smells. So smell for woman. Touchdown.
Thank you, Joe.
Here, I'll take that check. Thank you.
One of the sports that's taken the United States by storm in the last decade is eating something that fell on the floor. Joining me today to discuss just that topic, from the Boston Globe, Mr. John Ulrich.
Hey, good to be here, good to be here, good to be here. Look, it's all beans all the time, am I right?
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Also here with something to add is Joy Matthews from the Houston Globe.
I say, if the bread falls butter side up, it's game on!
Insightful, Joy. And last but not least, one of our favorites around here at Pardon the Horn, Bridget Capiola from the Baltimore Sun. Bridget, good to have you back.
Everyone's dropped an entire salami.
Yes, you did, Bridget. We all saw it. John, I'm going to start with you because you scared me the least.
Fair enough.
John, up in Boston, how are things going? People eating stuff off the floor.
Well, shit out of the Yankees in the big pie on the floor eating contest that we're looking forward to on Patriots Day.
Matt, I love to interrupt,
Yeah.
especially when it's a dumbass like John. Frankly,
Oh,
the matter
Lord.
is, in Boston, maybe that kind of thing happens. But down in Texas, it's hot.
I heard a swear word.
Easy, Bridget, easy. Joy, continue.
It's hot. Things melt. If anything touches the floor, it is absolutely putrid upon the second that it touches the great state of Texas's earth. Red earth of Texas. It gets all over your stuff, and it's disgusting. Maybe in Boston you can eat stuff off the floor, but in Texas, our mamas raised us right, and frankly, we're tired of dealing with this East Coast bias.
I went to Texas to avoid Vietnam.
And Bridget, did you successfully avoid Vietnam?
No.
Dodging peacenik hippie horrible.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna bring something up.
Go ahead, Bridget.
In Baltimore, if we drop a crab cake, it runs away. I can't eat something that runs away.
Just run away from your responsibilities and your crab cakes,
I
Bridget.
wouldn't know about you, John. You
John,
take
do you have any-
Texas.
well,
I don't like myself very much.
John?
No, believe me, there's nothing I enjoy more than listening to two chicks yell at each other.
Listen here, you bad
Reminds me of every
beast.
Red Sox game I've ever been to.
This is the most interaction with a human woman you've had in years, John. Get real.
I'm gonna punch you so hard, John.
I'll punch you twice as hard. I'll open up a Texas can of whoop ass on you.
John, I gotta pay $50 to get that. Fantastic. I'm all for it, ladies. Punch away.
John, you're getting double teamed here, and that's the first time that's ever happened, so I'm going to give you the final word.
Hey.
Look, Texas, red clay, I believe, the red ground of Texas, made mostly from all the retarded Mexicans that you have executed with your death penalty. It's terrible. It's a horrible thing. It's disgusting. And I would pay you gladly to punch me. So please, I'm so lonely. All alone up here.
John,
It's
that
cold.
was,
Even in July, it's cold.
John, that was
It's the
terrible.
cold that comes from knowing that death is around the corner, and there's no one that will be there to love you.
We cut his mic.
It's so
I've always loved you, John.
Is it already in July in Boston? I thought it was June.
I lied. Bridget, I'm going to give you the last word.
All right. There was a time.
Thank you. Thank you all, John and Bridget and Joy.
All right, everybody. All
I
right.
don't think they're going to let me moderate that segment again.
I think we did a good job.
Oh, by their own mayor.
Stephanie, no!
That was exactly what you said it would be.
Surprise!
Coming in at number 8 in Baltimore. It's a hometown.
Very Baltimore-centric.
A shoe tying game got a little bit wild when a fan streaked the field.
Oh, it's right at eye level.
Black bars, black bars. Censor had to do a lot of work on that one.
It took 7 hours to render. Number 7, the Chicago Hands, sanitizing more than just their hands. Oh my, it's been that top 10, hasn't it?
That was dirty. I was hoping it would just be legs, it was not just legs.
This would be number 6.
Number 6, coming in at number 6, because I lose count easily. A local game of rearranging porch furniture has a lot of fun whenever someone announces a special surprise.
Winner gets Robitussin.
First one to triangulate the chairs properly gets mom's love.
She's a selfish bitch.
At number 5, drinking excessive amounts of sports drink, Gatorade-type substances without urinating, the Russians didn't have their best day.
Did you know it's possible to hydrate too much?
Yes.
You can drink too much.
You drink too much water.
My dog learned that. Anywho,
Number 4.
number 4, the air guitar championship goes a little awry when one player actually gets electrocuted by his air guitar. That's exactly what I said would happen.
That's exactly what happened. Number 3, in Hollywood, yes, you heard me, Hollywood, people couldn't believe what happened when the paparazzi storming of the celebrity green room turned wild.
Excuse me.
Sir?
Mr. Barkley? Mr. Barkley? Are you still a basketball player? Come on, you're not. Why are you not with Mrs. Barkley? Who is this lovely woman who is not your wife, Mr. Barkley? Please tell our cameras. Mr. Barkley, if you would share. What's your name?
I'm his grandmother.
Your grandmother is very hot, Mr. Barkley.
That got awkward. Coming in at number 2, a local book club is a big surprise when LeBron James shows up with his own opinions.
His own opinions?
His own opinions.
I'm the greatest of all time!
But that doesn't tell us what Moby Dick the white whale is metaphorically.
I am both the hunter and the whale!
Awesome.
I never understood Moby Dick before.
I never read it.
Now I do. Now I do. And coming in all the way up at number 1, a hard day's night for the Miami Excellent team in the World Championship of dressing an egg up like a human by putting a little teeny tiny wig and a little teeny tiny mustache on the egg.
You're being a good sport about this, and I appreciate that.
You know I can feel everything you're doing to me. And it degrades us both.
I will rip that yoke right off.
You are an evil, heartless woman. But one day,
My things are dark.
You know, I actually have that egg